Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. So I wanted to talk with you about another one of the theories, and it is that reality, I believe, um, our waking life, I should say, is a dream, and that when we dream, that's when we are actually awake. So I was listening to someone talking about this recently. Actually, I was listening to Bobby Hemmett talking about this, and I don't know if it's your experience, but usually when I think something like when I think something is true, I start saying, let me see if I could look at some other people's ideas and theories about this and see if they think the same way. So I started looking and I saw that from Bobby Hemmett, the video. And of course, I don't own that video or any of that information. But what I was thinking was along the same lines. So I've talked about this in other videos as well. I dream about the future. So when I wake up and I write down my dreams, I can trace back the experiences that I have to the dreams. And for example, if I dream, um, I don't know, I'm going to be driving. Like I was traveling recently on the West Coast, and before that, I was dreaming, uh, recurring dreams over and over. I was dreaming about driving, and I'm like, in my dream, like when I wake up, when I would wake up, I would say, "This looks like, this certain state that I was in." And then, of course, I was traveling in that state, but I also like was always feeling like I'm going up mountains or I'm going up hills or this or that or some places where it's kind of cold. And all the places I remember that I passed through, those were places that were in that dream. I don't always remember, um, like for example, if I'm driving through a state, I wasn't always able to identify the exact state. But later on, when I look back, I would be like, yes, that's that place. Or like, for example, I used to live in Chicago area. I would dream about driving to Chicago and or being in the area, and I'm thinking, well, why am I dreaming about this? Why is this? And it was because I would be taking a trip there soon, but I didn't always know, that I was going to be going there. The reasons why. Maybe I thought I would go close to that place or something, or maybe something would come up that was unexpected and it would land me there. So I've dreamed a lot about the future. So, and I haven't put all the pieces together for this yet, but just I'm keep thinking about it that when I dream, that's the reality. Like for example, I remember, with my niece, and I talked about this in one of these videos before, that she had asked me to help her move her grandpa married to her grandma, the guy that was married to her grandpa, so step grandpa, I guess. He had passed away, and she needed help, to clean out his place. And her boyfriend was there, and so I told her, okay, I'll drive up. And they ended up going, and they took the bus. And something was going on with, my directions on my phone at the time. I couldn't get the directions from my phone. My phone, like my battery wouldn't charge, where I like at home. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe when I get there, I get to the place that they're staying in the hotel, maybe I can do it. I could charge it up there and I'll be fine, or I could charge it in the car, whatever. I couldn't charge it in the car, couldn't charge it there, and I couldn't get those directions. Well, I was a part of this group, and the group leader was saying that I think there was a study that they did of these people that were flying to a new city. Their mind was already mapping the city, like they didn't know the city that they were going to. I don't think them, or they had never been there before, and their mind was mapping the city. So this is a place that I had never been to as an adult, maybe as a little bitty kid, but never as an adult. So I didn't know my way around or anything like that. I go to the city, couldn't get the directions. I didn't know where I was going. And my brother, like he wasn't familiar with it either. So I'm like, okay. I told him, after a while we driving around, like I think I know the way. I had a flash, or I would call it a vision or whatever, in my dream. It's like someone flashed a picture before your face. Um, for a few minutes or a few seconds, probably seconds, and then put it away. And they're saying, remember. But anyway, this is God flashing this image before me, this scene. And I was telling my brother, like I said, I think I know the way. I got in front of him. I made this left turn, and I told him, you need to turn first, and then I'll turn, take my direction, and then we're going to get back to where we need to be. And just like it happened in my dream, it happened in real life. And so I believe that the dream is telling us of the future, but I believe that it's our spiritual self, the real, true observer. It's who we really are. We are not the body. We are a spiritual being having this human experience. But what I experienced was that it was that I had that um, flash in my dream, and I had dreams, many dreams about the future that I've written down, told people about, and they came true. And I'm going to talk to you about something else too that I think maybe I talked about in another video, excuse me. But so yeah, so my mind was, my spirit knew the way, and it was recording this, or it knew this, and was able to tell me this the night before, a couple nights before in the dream, because it knew where I was going. So I think how big it is hasn't really hit me yet. But I believe that the spiritual part of us is the part that is running around in our dreams, here, there, and everywhere. We could be, in this location. Next thing you know, we're thousands of miles away in another location. I believe that is us. And I believe that the part of us that's, I would say the avatar. This is what a lot of people call it. The avatar, the part of us that's like a game piece in a game like Monopoly. You could choose the shoe or the car, the little horse or whatever it is. A game piece. It's like putting on a virtual headgear and bodysuit. So the head gear and the bodysuit together to cover all of, whatever it is, to make it look like it's our physical body, what we call our physical body. But I believe that's just the VR head and body set. And we use that to interact and to play this game every day. And we remember, and it's interactive, and things can change. But the way that I can see that it's not really our reality is that we think and think and think, and things can change. And some people say, no, 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 you can't create reality that's way. Yes, that way. Yes, you can. And I have, and many of us have. So we all know that it's possible. It just takes time. It seems like there's a lag time for things to catch up for us to decide, do we really want this? Is this what we really desire or not? But that's been my experience. Um, that when I dream, that's reality. And what I believe it is creating also what's going to happen, or at least it's telling us, forecasting, predicting, and creating, I think, what we're going to experience in this simulation, in this game. So, like, imagine yourself playing, I don't know, GTA, Grand Theft Auto, or playing like other games, whatever it is that you could think of that you like to play. And you have the little life that you use, and you can run around, go here, there, and everywhere. You could get new cars, you could get houses, you could get this, you could get that, you could get clothes, boyfriend, girlfriend, partners, whatever it is, you could get all the things that you want, and it's just a game. And then at night, you turn off the VR headset and body gear, and then you go back to your life, which is your spirit. So, and it's huge, I think. Um, and I think, the experience that I was having also is an interesting experience. And maybe I won't get to tell you all of it. But so I have these experiences where I'm feeling people's feelings, thinking their thoughts. For example, there was someone that I was interacting with, and they had a partner, and the partner flaked out on them and didn't go on this trip with them that they had been planning for a little bit. They backed out. And their partner, it seemed like the partner had already been planning this. And the day before I had talked with this person, I was thinking, along these lines, like my partner might be thinking that, he's had experiences where other people have used him or whatever, but that's not what I'm doing. And then the same thing this person was telling me that the very next day that they were thinking this. And I was thinking, that the same types of things, but it was not my exact experience. But when I was speaking, it was like I had the experience as though it were my own, if that makes sense. So it's like I was acting like living out another person's experience. And I was saying it, speaking the language, and I was having the feelings and thinking the thoughts, but it was not my experience. It was their experience. So it's strange because it's like me being the vessel in someone else's experience coming through me, their thoughts, their feelings, all of that coming through me. And I'm just being the vessel. And so this is something that I want to get into more. But it's strange, it's interesting because I feel like sometimes, people will say, this is demonic or this is evil, when you channel spirits. But what if uh, we're having this experience like I'm talking about, where I'm not calling forth anything, I'm not asking anything except God, the Holy Spirit, to work through me to do the work that I'm doing with my clients, and it's happening. So no one, people might say that, oh, that's demonic or that's, but what if you're not inviting, you're not asking the Holy Spirit coming through me to express this experience that I understand and I know how to help the person, or it gives me a heads up on what's going to happen so that I know, or like I can say this is going to happen, that's going to happen, like I was talking about with the alien, invasion type thing, the dreams that I was having, where it was like over and over again, this alien invasion. Aliens just dropping out the sky, things dropping out the skies like a SWAT team at times, like coming through the windows. The military, the police, I don't know who it was at times, just different people coming into people's houses, coming in through the windows, doors, every way. People, there are casualties, even children in these dreams. And so I believe there's more to come, but it's just like that, where these things, these experiences are coming through me. This knowledge is coming through me, the download. And I'm not the one who's always in charge. It's God, the Holy Spirit coming through me to express these things. And then it's just like giving me a heads up of what is to come in the future. So it's like, we go to the dreamland, so-called dreamland, and I feel like God has given us a glimpse of the future and what's going to happen, and then we can come back and we'll be prepared in our simulated reality, to deal with whatever is coming, because everyone collectively, or many people collectively, I'll say, enough to create it. They're creating this experience for us to live, to experience, for lack of a better term for it. All right, so I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit, and I'll probably come back and talk about it some more. But I just think it's interesting to think about when we are dreaming. That seems like our reality, where we're going back and actually we're going to this deep darkness, and it's so beautiful. And like some people have said, it's dazzling, it's beautiful. But we could do anything, we could be anywhere, we could shape shift or whatever it is that we want to do, come back, do different things. And when we do that, at least for me, like I said, I've dreamed about the future many, many, many times, and I continue to do that. But when I do that, then like I can trace back the dreams. I could look up the dreams and I could say, this is the exact same thing that I was quote unquote dreaming about, but this is reality. This is what happened in the simulation. And also, I think we have some power to create our reality. And, like I was talking about, we've been manifesting for years and years, and I think we're going to continue to do it. Some people have said that if you, right before you go to sleep, if you have an image or a visualization of what you want, then it's more likely to happen when you wake up. So this is just interesting. It's food for thought for me. But the simulation, it seems to be that when we're quote unquote awake, that's when the simulated reality is happening, but we could change it. We just don't always know how to do it. But if we concentrate on that, we can see that the more we think on things, the more we can create the simulation that we want to operate in and live in and have the experiences that we want. All right, y'all. So I'm going to stop for now. I know I keep going on and on, but I think this stuff is fascinating. I'm going to get off for now and looking forward to making you some more videos soon. All right, y'all. This has been another video, but in this case, it's dreams. It feels like dreams are reality. All right. And waking life is a dream. All right. So love y'all again. Looking forward to making more videos to y'all. I want to hear your thoughts about this too. If you want to share with me, always excited to hear your experiences. And as always, happy lightning fast manifesting. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Bye for now.